Guys, just some streaming issues. I have them often. I need to fix my stuff. I've been tinkering with this for a while. Because I don't stream very often, it takes a little bit of tinkering each time. Okie doke. So if there are any problems with the stream, do PM me in StarCraft. It'll make it a lot easier for me to understand what's going on. Are we actually getting anything? Yes. Yes, we are. Fantastic. Okie doke. So, over on the right we have Freaky Beaky for FaDe, and over on the left we have ToR Maverick for ToR, obviously, and he's starting up with a 1 gate, while Freaky Beaky is... well, he looks like he's 2 proxy racks, because he hasn't built his racks at his base. He's bringing out a second SCV, or he's fast expanding. Here we go. He's going for the fast expansion before the barracks, which is quite risky, especially when versing a Protoss, because he can always do a 4 gate, or if he does his own expansion, a cannon rush, and you have nothing to stop that. If you don't scout it, obviously. Oh dear. I'm certainly not in the zone tonight. So we have the expansion going up for Freaky Beaky, and gas going down, cybernetics core, second gas, rather early second gas actually. That's interesting. I'm not sure if he's going to plan to tech up really quickly, but he scouted the expansion. He's definitely scouted that expansion. And so he's probably... I'm not sure what he's doing. He might be taking up something higher, maybe DTs, or there's a hidden pylon over here, could be DTs. That would be my choice against Terran. I did that earlier in this match and it worked, so maybe ToR Maverick has decided to take a page out of my book. Or he's going for a 4 gate, because he's chrono boosting this warp gate, although he did chrono boost out that stalker, so maybe he's not going for that 4 gate. But he is getting the stalker, he's getting the zealot. These help take early control over the map for the earlier part of the game. And so we have the barracks now gone down, got a bunker coming up. These supply depots down. My stream is dead. Right. Well, this is terrible. Apparently my stream was dead, but I'm looking at it right now, it doesn't appear to be dead. Just if it was sure. We have a Stargate coming up. Rather interesting, especially since he's going for a bio-heavy play, but I don't think Maverick sees that at this point. He doesn't see the extra racks. He doesn't even see the first racks, he just sees the expansion. He saw the bunker obviously, so he must know that there's at least a rack, like at least 1 rack sound. But he doesn't know that there's this heavy bio coming. And I'm not sure how effective this Void Ray is going to be, especially against all of these Marines. The Marines are going for a pretty big scout around. Will they catch the pylon? Coming up some aggression here from ToR Maverick. He's going to snipe another Marine, and he's going to force him back into the bunker. This pylon is going to finish, it's not going to be scouted by Freaky Beaky, and he does have these 4 barracks up, but they're not getting any attachments at the moment, they're just getting Marines out. There's quite a lot of Marines, second bunker going down, a couple of SCVs primed and ready to repair. He seems like he's ready for this. I hope he's been scouting, because it seems like he's actually ready. I might just... there we go. So he has that Void Ray, which is, I think he might run it up the cliff, try and get some run it around here, try and get some SCVs in the back, maybe draw out some of these Marines and then go up the ramp. That's probably what he's going to do. He's getting that stalker there, but there's just 3 barracks at the front here. He's on the ball. He's got these over here that can just run over to repair. I really don't think this aggression's going to work, and At 8 minutes, he only has 2 Void Rays, 3 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and a Zealot. So, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. Now, I have been having some problems, and this stream progressively gets worse the more units there are in a game. So they're coming up for an attack here, one bunker goes down, his Void Ray's doing quite a bit of damage, his Stalker's still getting humbled though, and his second bunker might go down, but there's 2 SCVs repairing it there, and these Stalkers are quickly facing extermination. One of the Void Rays is about to go down, it moves away quickly, but it still gets sniped, and this bunker is just getting repaired by tons of these Zealots, and there's nothing left for Maverick, and he's just going to try and run out with these 4 Marines and try and snipe something down, but these are quickly going to be taken down by this force here. He's going to try and run them back, but he might lose 2. If that Stalker can get there, those Zealots, are they just going to run up into death? Yes, they are. They're going to run up into death, and those bunkers are not even going to take a scratch from those units, and that's just death for Maverick. Maverick gets everything taken down. This Void Ray targeting on that command center, which was a really bad target, because he just has so many Marines that he can use. This Void Ray coming out, going to try and mount some kind of a defense at this pylon over here, but these Marines just kite these Zealots, and they both get taken down. He only has a Void Ray to his name now. He has 3 gates, and he has a Star Gate, and that's it. He doesn't have the expansion yet. He doesn't have the money for the expansion. He has far too much gas. He has 600 gas and only a couple of minerals. This Void Ray is coming back, and I'm not really sure what he's going to do with all this gas. He should be taking a couple of these probes off gas. He should be constantly producing probes, and he should take the extra expansion. This SCV is still here, so he could put up a bunker really soon with these couple of Marines. That would be rather effective. Although I would like to see, if he's taking this pressure with these 6 Marines, I would like to see all these other Marines be brought up as well. Yep, that's a fail. So, ToR Maverick knows he's got a fail now, but these Marines are going to be taken out. He's attacking the neutral supply depot. What is going on? He calls the GG, and that's over. Maverick is down. And so, I believe that's 4-3 to ToR. Now, Freaky Beaky is the purple Terran in the top right, and in the bottom left we have ToR Ginger. Using some awesome camera angles there. So both wishing each other good luck, and so ToR Ginger is an up and coming player in ToR. He's a very solid Terran. He's only in silver at the moment, but he's a very skilled player. He has great mechanics. He does bio very well. He's a bio player. I haven't seen him go mech, and I haven't actually seen him play at TVT, as there aren't many Ts in ToR practice group, which consists of about 5 of us at the moment, hoping to boost that up a little, as we have a good number of everyone, of every race in our team, but in ToR's team, but just not making it to the practice groups. So, correct score. Okay, so we have the supply depot going up there for each player, and the barracks going down for Ginger. So Ginger is opting for a 12 barracks with a little gap in his SCV production, while Freaky Beaky is going for Ginger. Ginger? The correct pronunciation is Genja. Ginger. That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure how to say that. So Freaky Beaky is going for the fast expand, while Ginger. He's going for the 1 racks with the tech lab, and Freaky finally putting down his Ginger. Is it Ginger? Is that right? The Red Terran. Thank you, I'll just say the Red Terran. So the Red Terran has gone for the 1 Rax, calling down a Mule. He hasn't started any of his upgrade yet, and he looks like he's primed to get his expansion. While the Purple Terran, Gumby, Giraffe, Gunja, Genja. Aha, I've got it, it's Genja. Okay, thank you for that pronunciation lesson. And we're back into the game. So scouting SCV just went down for the Red Terran, and Freaky took that down. So there's going to be no more scouting up in here a while for the Red Terran until he brings this Reaper over and starts to absolutely destroy. Oh, Sweeper, you troll. He's saying, hi stream, hello. So he's going to bring this Reaper up, and because he's gotten 1 Marine out at this moment, this is actually going to absolutely destroy Freaky. He's going to bring it across, and he's going to destroy tons of SCVs. Meanwhile, the Red Terran is getting his natural expansion, and this Reaper is surrounded, it's got nowhere to go, and it gets destroyed. That is rather depressing. I would have liked to see some back and forth micro, maybe using these cliffs over here. The good thing about Reapers is a Reaper can take down a Marine, and so if you're faced with only 1 or 2 Marines against 1 or 2 Reapers, it can be really, really effective. But it looks like he's not going to go with any more Reapers. He was just using that Reaper for a bit of a scout and a little bit of a harass at first. So if we look at the SCV count, it's actually completely even. It's 19, oh, 21, it just shot up. 19 to 21 for Freaky. Got the command center going down, it's almost finished, and it's good. Immediately morphing that into a orbital command. The factory going down for the Red Terran. The ToR player, the scan going down for the Purple Terran. Seeing what's going on in here, 3 racks and a factory. This factory is probably going to transition into Medivacs, getting stim. Nice spread on those Marines. Very well done, prevents anything from coming in here and harassing, like Hellions. It doesn't prevent Hellions, but at least gives you a better spread in attempting to stop them. So again, this factory is going down, 3 racks. 3 racks for both players, but it appears to me that, at least in their structures, so a reactor is going down for the factory, and a starport is going down at exactly the same time, so we're going to see Medivacs out of the Purple Terran. And the factory is down, but no reactor, and no... here's the reason, he's going for the +1. That's always a good thing to get. And if he starts on those upgrades earlier than Freaky, he's going to be much better off in the later game. And so we have continued production out of these barracks. Got combat shields coming down, stim just finished. We've got more continual SCV production, which is really good. Both of them are actually keeping their money fairly low, except the Purple Terran is starting to climb higher. He's at 500 minerals now, just reduced that a little bit. It's now down, still up about 300 gas, whereas the Red Terran is keeping his cap about 200 to 300. So we have 2 Medivacs coming out and a siege tank. The siege tank is coming out for the Purple Terran at this moment, as long with siege mode and a reactor and a tech lab on that barracks, and nothing on this one just as yet. Again, almost equal SCVs, 35 to 31, and so that is going to... sorry. No dear. That is going to keep them fairly even. As long as they keep up constant SCV production and keep those mules coming, it shouldn't be too much of a struggle to keep economically in line with each other. Now we are having the Red Terran come down here, try some play. He stims in, he takes out the tank, and there's just not enough Marines for the Purple Terran. Every Marine gets taken out, and that Medivac hangs on by 6 health. These 2 Marines are not going to stop this oncoming tide. Stim runs out, he just runs past those Marines, not even carrying, takes them out on the other side. He lifts off here, all of these SCVs have to run back, he gets a couple. These Vikings out here, I think it might have been a misclick. I can't think of any reason for Vikings unless he was dealing with a lot of medivacs. But he's just running into this base. All these Marines are doing nothing. There is no attacking units. There are only those 2 Marines and these SCVs coming for us around, but so many are going down. Going down to 28, 27, 26. No, they've taken out only 1 Marine left. 26, another SCV gets popped off, and just reinforcement Marines are stimmed in, a little low on health, but that's okay. There is nothing that the Purple Terran can do right now except pull SCVs, and more SCVs are going to go down. These are just falling. There's a tank here. He's going to set up a siege marine back here, and this is going to finish off these Marines, but there's so much damage. It's 13 SCVs to 39. There's 2 Vikings and a tank versus 9 Marines. This expansion goes down, a ton of mules getting back down, hoping to keep the income going. The income right now for the Purple Terran was 0. It started back up again. It's still very, very low. These are going... He's building back up his Marine count. He lost all of his Marines to that siege tank. But there's just so much economic damage. I'm not sure what Freaky can do at this point. He can continually keep up, but we're getting a factory out here. We're transitioning into tanks for Genja. I think I got that right this time. So we've gotten 2 medivacs coming out here, healing up these Marines, and we have more Marines and more tanks. 2 bunkers going down, trying to prevent another just run-in like that one before. A lot going on for Genja. Absolutely everything. He's gained the infantry armor, and after that he'll hopefully get the infantry attack again. As I learned quite early on, it's best to get attack in as Terran because you can stim the attack. And 2 medivacs worth of Marines coming in here, and they're dropping down. Does Freaky see this yet? Yes, he does. He gets it now. All of these Marines coming in here. What is he going to do? He's not pulling those tanks. He's not pulling out those tanks on siege, and he's going to take down this main command center, which is going to be a deathly blow to Freaky. So he takes down the command center, he's running over here, he's going to try and take down the starport as well. That starport's on fire. Is it going to be repaired in time? No, it gets taken down as well. So no more medivacs for quite a while. These tanks getting set up, a hot shot being taken off of these Marines, these SCVs coming in trying to take a little bit of damage, but he just picks up and he just runs away. 1 medivac going down, but that had the less Marines in it, and a full tank of full medivac of Marines get out, and these siege tanks just have to unsiege and go back to their line. These Marines didn't even move anywhere from getting out of their bunker. And so the 3rd is now taken for Genja, and what else can Freaky do but push? But this is just not going to be effective. There are too many Marines, and I do believe a tank is coming out. Yes, a tank's coming out. Siege tank is done. Too many Marines, too many medivacs, and just great play from Genja. Now, I did incorrectly say before that Genja was upcoming from Silver. He was actually Platinum, then he changed race to Terran, and he dropped back down to Silver for the last 2 seasons. So, sorry about that misinformation before. So, this medivac coming over here with a tank and 4 Marines is going to get right in the middle of these upgrades. And this engineering base should get taken down, but there's just such a force out in the middle for Genja. He's probably going to have to turn around just to take care of this. Yep, he's coming back to take care of this. These tanks, these Marines, these medivacs are going to fly over here. I'm not happy with this. Oh, he turns them away, good, because if you fly over there, you're just going to lose a lot of Marines. The engineering bay did get taken out with that upgrade. It took out the other engineering bay. And all of these medivacs coming over here, glad they got pulled back because they would have just been taken out. These Marines filing in, stimming, trying to take out these tanks. This tank from the other ground. Freaky calls the GG, and that's game. Genja takes it out. That's why it was taking so long. So in the right, we have the orange Zerg ChaynesOre, and in the left, we have the red Terran ToR Genja. Genja just asking if we need to remake. I don't think so. No, we don't need to remake. It was just a long load. It wasn't particularly game damaging. So no cheese going on for ChaynesOre. Just going for the standard 9 Overlord, sending his Overlord to the first position, which will obviously get scouted. And the supply depot going up, so he's not going for any kind of... Oh, he could be... Yes. Actually, I can't honestly see. I honestly don't know this game well enough to tell if it's going to be a proxy or just a standard play from the opening depot. I wonder if anyone can. Anyway. So, ChaynesOre should be going for the 14 hatch, because that's the standard, or 14 or 15 hatch, because that's pretty standard against Terran. You can take it pretty safely, unless there's a proxy. But it's 15 now, and yep, he's going down. He's going to take that hatch. He's saving up the 300 minerals. This barracks is going down, so no proxy. Is this drone going to get in? He's going to try and block it with the supply depot. No, he's not going to try and block it with the supply depot. He's just going for the scout. This drone gets in here. He's going to try and start taking down this SCV. Is Genji going to pull an SCV? Yes, he does, to go try and defend this barracks. But will he get the SCV making the barracks? Oh, it moves away at the last second, but he gets it. That's one SCV down, and that barracks is stopped building, stone cold dead. He pulls another one, but those few precious seconds just slows down Genji. So ChaynesOre taking the expansion. No pull yet, he's on 16. There we go. And the pull should be going down now. Should be getting gas soon, and Genji sees all this, but nothing too remarkably interesting. Pretty standard build. Goes for the extractor. Will he cancel the extractor, or will he leave it there? Yes, he'll cancel it. And Genji, will he put down that supply depot to block the ChaynesOre's drone in? But ChaynesOre doesn't seem in a particular hurry to leave. But he is going to put down that supply depot, and it is going to be nothing ChaynesOre can do to get out of there now unless he lowers that supply depot. So he has blocked him in there. So this barracks, oh man, I missed that. So this bunker was trying to go down. It was trying to be built by Genji, but it didn't get finished. The SCV got destroyed, and the bunker is now being destroyed by 3 drones. That hatchery is now up, and this marine is making his way across the map. I'm not sure what he plans to do, because these drones will probably just take him down. And the bunker goes down, and the marines are coming across. He's bringing up another SCV. I think he's going to go for more bunkers, but that spine crawler is going down, and if that finishes, that's going to stop all harassment, all pressure. But he's not even going to try and pressure. He's just going to go back to his base, and he's going to macro up. So he's going for the factory, so we're probably going to see some Hellions out here pretty soon. He's going for the reactor. Whether he'll do the swap or he'll make another reactor in the factory, I'm not sure. He's got only a spine crawler out here, and he hasn't gone for the roach warren just yet. He might not go for that at all. He's getting his queens out. He hasn't seen any lair or anything, so there's no tech. There's not even any Zerglings on the field at the moment. So he could very well go, he's going for this expansion, and he is going for these Hellions, so he's going to get 2 Hellions out as fast as he can, and this is actually going to be pretty effective. Because he's getting another factory, so Genji is going mech, hopefully. I do love a good mech game. Sure, production tab up. So Genji is going for a couple of Hellions, and this is actually going to be really effective as he's putting down a macro hatchery at his choke. That's an aggressive hatchery. Although I do like how it's choking it off. It is going to prevent these Hellions. Those queens are going to get in there, and they're just going to prevent those Hellions from going into here. He scouted the Hellions. He sees them coming. He sees that factory. And he knows that these Hellions are going to be coming. He's got 2 of them out right now. He's got 2 more on the way. He's taking down that tech lab. And he's going to come along here. He's going to try and get in, but he's going to see there's absolutely nothing to be done. 1 Hellion goes down. He pulls away the other, but it loses some health, but only about 8. So he's pulling back with these Hellions. Nothing he can do. That attack was very well held off by ChaynesOre. And he's now going to try for a 3rd expansion. But Genji is going to be coming back here with these Hellions. Is he going to scout this 3rd hatchery with these Hellions, or is he just going to sit them in the Zanderax tower? He's continually producing these Hellions. He's got 5 now. I think he stopped in favour for some tanks, but he's got this command centre. He's far overpopulated his main. He's falling down the mule. He's lifting off, and he's going to fly over and take his expansion. This is a fairly good timing for Terran expansions, and the Zerg is taking a fairly okay third timing. It could have been done a little sooner, but then again, he did get this macro hatchery, get these Hellions out, and so he's a little bit delayed on that third. If you do see the Terran fast expanding, you can actually take the third relatively soon at about 4 minutes. You can get it really quick and get your production up, get your economy up rather fast. So he's doing very well on these injects. You see this queen has 13 energy, 32 and 31, so he is doing relatively well. His queen down to 10 energy, he's doing okay. He's getting a Baneling's Nest and an Evolution Chamber. Now a Baneling's Nest against mech. I'm not sure if he scouted the mech. He hasn't really scouted the mech, and so he's still going for that Baneling's Nest. Maybe he thinks he's going for bio, because Genja has shown a lot of bio in the past. And so this Baneling Nest is coming up, a lot of Zerglings coming up, and this lair is going up as well. And we're seeing Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers coming in, probably just to prevent harass from bio, which isn't coming because he doesn't have a starport and he only has one Rax. He's not producing anything from that Rax. He has a single Marine. That Marine's getting a bit lonely. He is. He's standing there, he's thinking, why don't you just make one more Marine, then I'll have someone to talk to. I'll have friends. So he's ending up siege here. He does see these Zerglings. Just getting prepared. These Hellions will be more than a match for anything that ChaynesOre can throw at him right now. He's getting the Evolution Chamber, getting the melee attack, getting this Baneling Nest, he's getting up this hatchery. And if we look at the drone to SCV count, it's 42 to 38 with 2 mules. So there really is no leader in economy at the moment. And it's pretty much even. But there's not a lot of tech going for ChaynesOre. He's got his lair, he's got his Baneling Nest, but he's not getting Baneling speed. He's got his Evolution Chamber, but he's not getting the ground carapace. Meanwhile, he's gotten 3 factories, 1 with reactor, 2 with tech labs, and all he has is these small amount of Zerglings. 1-1 Zerg, 0-0 Zerglings, about to be 1-0 Zerglings. And they would just die to these Hellions, which do have they are blue flame at the moment, and he does have these siege tanks. He does have these siege tanks and that single lonely Marine. No friends. But these Zerglings are going to come down and try and do... No, they're pulling back. That may have been a misclick, it may have been a change in decision. He's going to try and come down here. Setting up this wall of depots here, which I really like, prevents the Zerg from going into here. So he's going to run down with these Zerglings, about 23 of them. About 23 of them. What is he doing? Is this a misclick, or is he just kind of running around the map trying to see what's happening? But Terran doesn't seem to be at all interested in moving out. He's just getting some Thors. Oop, a little bit of lag from Genja. A little bit of Thors. Some Thors. We've got the Spire coming up. He's getting a little bit slack on these injects. Now up to 45 energy. And he's now finally getting Baneling speed. Has he morphed any Banelings net yet? No. Has he still not seen this? I don't think he's seen this mech. He's gotten 2 Thors, a bunch of Hellions, 4 tanks. He's just getting more Hellions and more Thors. And Zerg could be in real trouble here because he only has 3 bases. He doesn't have... He has a bit of an SCV. It's a bit of worker lead. It's 63 drones to 50 SCVs, and we've got mutas coming out, and mutas aren't exactly the best unit against mech. They can take down Hellions and they can take down siege tank, but these Thors really gang up on those mutas, and they don't really end well. I would like to see exactly what's happening here. I'd like to see that Genja is in fact moving out. Now he does see the mech. He definitely has seen the mech by now, and I think he's getting a little worried because he has Banelings and mutas and Zerglings against mech. So he's getting Infestation Pit, but that's still 50 seconds away, and I'm actually rather worried about the Zerg play here, because these three Thors, these Hellions, they're just going to take out most of what the Zerg has. These Thors are going to come up here, this Queen venturing far too far out of her range, and she just gets taken down by these siege tanks. And these Hellions better back off because these mutas are coming in, they don't have Thor protection, but the Thor gets off a pot shot and taking off those overlords. All these Thors get trapped by these Zerglings, and that one's just doing nothing. He's on move command, he's just not attacking, and that Thor goes down, and these Mutalisks are coming in and taking out that Thor. I would have liked to see that magic box, but to no avail, and that Thor goes down, and there's still 7 Mutalisks there, and they're just going to take down these siege tanks. And that's the problem with mech, is once there's nothing more you can do. Once the Thors have been destroyed and there's mutas, then it really gets painful. But these 3 Thors are coming back across the map. There's still Hellions, there's still a good number of Hellions. This Hellion here on 1 life, right in enemy territory. Quite a lot of Mutalisks still coming out, and there is just a lot of more Thors on the way. And that's exactly what Genja wants, because these Thors are going to pretty much destroy these Mutalisks. He can magic box, but when you start getting into 4, 5, 6 Thors, it starts to get a little bit hard to magic box them all. And even if you just make one misclick, a single moment where you haven't boxed, where you haven't made the Mutalist spread out, then you can end up just having these Mutalisks just completely destroyed by that splash damage of the Thors. And they're actually very effective versus light. 14 damage with 4 attacks versus light. So we're getting up to 5 Thors now, and we have these SCVs coming into repair, lots of Hellions, and there's really nothing on the ground for the Zerg play. There's really nothing on the ground. There's 4 Zerglings, which aren't anything in this stage in the game. There's 46 Zerglings are now coming out, but the Zerglings aren't going to be hugely effective against these Hellions. They have a lot of damage, and these Mutalisks just fly in trying to magic box these Thors, but there is a lot of Thor. And that one Thor is about to go down, one Thor goes down, but there's still quite a lot of Mutalisks, and these Mutalisks, a big shot off, and a lot of Mutalisks go down. So there's still 4 Thors left, that's a tongue twister, and a counter-attack over here, lots of Zerglings, and all of these SCVs and Mules will probably go down. This command center will probably go down too. These Thors are about to expire anyway, and these SCVs running away, so not that huge a loss, especially since we have this massive attack right up front. All these Thors doing tons of damage, that macro hatch goes down, these Hellions tanking up the damage at the front, this Queen trying to Spine Troller trying to get some damage in, but to no avail. They still get taken down. There's lots and lots of Thors, 2 more Thors joining up from the back. These Zerglings are coming back to try and help, but against these really big Thor, the big number of Thors, and against a lot of these Hellions, there's just not going to be enough. He's trying to target down the Hellions, which is really something he should be doing. It's very good, especially since these are coming in. And there's just, all of these Thors are going to go down because he sniped those Hellions and there was just nothing to protect. And now Roaches are coming out and this mech army just dies. And the problem with mech is it's really hard, especially against Zerg, to rebuild. And we have 2 Thors and 2 Hellions against now a quite menacing Zerg force. And we're going to try another command center, but this attack here is just going to absolutely destroy this area. He's going to have to cancel. And there it goes, his 300 minerals has gotten back. But he just doesn't have anything. He has these 2 factories producing. And they're producing siege tanks, but these siege tanks aren't going to do that much good. They will do some, and these Thors will take some, but that's a large flock of Mutalisks against just 2 Thors. Oh, and he just goes. He just GG's and leaves the game. There's nothing you can do. And FaDe takes out the entire set.